Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Luana and I have been working as a professional psychic medium, energy healer, and spiritual consultant slash guide for over 5 years now. And this video is the first video of a long series that I'm going to be doing on this channel. It's going to be a series of union activations. So if you resonate with the twin flame journey, or you are simply trying to manifest a divine counterpart, a soulmate, a twin flame, whatever it is, this is going to be a series of videos that is going to walk us all through and help us heal every single part of our energy, every single societal issue, every single limiting belief, basically every single energy that is out of alignment with that divine relationship. And we're going to be shifting that energy and getting it into alignment with a series of channeled messages, as well as the use of some cards, some readings, and of course we're going to use quantum healing. I have this wonderful deck here by this German energy healer. It's an energy healing system where every single card represents a healed frequency. So as you can see, we have all these different cards in here, and all of these different cards correspond to a healing frequency and a message from the guidebook. And so the idea is that you have these weak points, or you have these deficiencies in certain parts of your energy. For example, low self-esteem, like that is an energetic frequency where your confidence, your self-esteem, and your worthiness wasn't nurtured enough in your upbringing, and so that energy is weaker. It's of a lower vibration, and so this manifests in triggers, in issues in your relationships, in setbacks in your life, stuff like that. So we're going to essentially be diving into, in every single one of these videos, a different energy blockage slash deficiency. We're going to be talking about it, breaking it down, because I've been doing this work for many, many years, and I've worked with so many different people on a twin flame journey, manifesting their divine relationship and divine counterpart. And so when I say I have seen it all, I mean I have seen every single possible issue under the sun that someone could experience in a relationship or a spiritual journey like this. So I'm very excited for this series, and we're going to dive into this video. All right, so my camera bugged there for a moment, so I'm just going to restate this card that I pulled. So from the Teal Swans frequency cards, and this is a really wonderful deck. I really recommend it if you're on a spiritual journey, because I mean, her whole thing is helping people with spirituality and life. I love these cards because they are all paintings of energetic frequencies, and that can be really helpful for us when we're stuck in one energy, one frequency, one feeling, and we're trying to alchemize that feeling and move forward. So the moving forward card is essentially about you having had a lot of past negative experiences, traumas, hurts, pains, disappointments, and this is about alchemizing all of that through really mending your own heart, through really loving and accepting every single piece of you that has been lost. Self-love. The guides that are here are recommending rose quartz. It's a fantastic crystal that has the frequency of self-love, so it really helps you have this gentle yet fierce love towards yourself. And that's really going to help you to begin to accept yourself and all of your past experiences. So here's the thing. Here's what the guides are saying, and what my own higher self is actually coming through and saying. It's that when you experience a hurtful event, when you are treated poorly by someone else, when you're let down by someone else, it's the least impactful thing about that event is actually how that person treated you. And the most impactful thing that actually creates real change in your life is the way that you treat yourself moving forward from that event. For example, if you were raised as a child in a household where there wasn't healthy communication, you witnessed a lot of fighting, you witnessed immature communication, all of that, you had no way of basically processing that and knowing what healthy communication is, right? That's why all of our basically major traumas and events happen as children that really wire us to think and feel a certain way, right? Because we have no way of knowing how to correct that once it's happened, right? So this work is not necessarily about looking at in your adult life all the people who have wronged you or hurt you, but using that as a mirror, because everything that happens in our adult life is actually an energetic mirroring of something, an imprint that was left in us in childhood. And so here's the thing, it can look like our traumas happen in our adult life, but I guarantee you that if you're looking at your life on an energy level, you had a previous earlier event, something happened to you earlier than that. And when I say event, this could just be like a negative experience that you never really got over, couldn't process properly, or it could be a lack of emotional understanding, compassion, and support from your parents, right? It's not always like this big, huge, traumatic event, like fighting in a war, right? Little traumas happen every day. And I think the human emotional system is so, it's delicate, and it needs a lot of love and a lot of attention to really operate in a healthy way. And so what we're really looking at doing here is tapping into a sense of our inner child, connecting with our inner child and realizing that our inner child is the one who is really, really needing our support and needing our love. Now, this is a weird concept for a lot of people because no one really teaches us how to do inner child work. But I want you to think of it as though every time that you have a trigger or a feeling of insecurity, it is a part of your emotions, your internal emotional state that never had the chance to fully process those emotions in childhood, never had the chance to fully grow up and mature and really be healthy or operate in a healthy way. And so that's why our triggers feel incredibly irrational, because they're not rational, right? Emotion isn't rational. Emotion is a whole different language than our thoughts and feelings. And I feel that for some of you listening to that is a message for you specifically, because what happens and what really gets in the way of inner child healing is trying to mentally understand everything, trying to rationalize our way out of negative feelings, and it doesn't work, right? Thoughts and beliefs in the mental realm and the rational realm is only half of what makes up our entire being as what we're experiencing. There's a whole ocean of emotion. There's a whole sea of emotions just waiting to be felt and tapped into. And I know for me personally, that was a very uncomfortable thing to accept, really uncomfortable thing to accept. But that's only because you were never fully taught how to be comfortable with your emotions as a kid. And the work that we do when it comes to the twin flame journey or manifesting a divine counterpart into your life is essentially repairing your relationship with your inner child, having a healthier relationship with your inner child, reparenting your inner child in a healthy way, not the way your parents parented your inner child, but in a healthier way, the way that you're giving your inner child all that love and care and attention. And that really sets you up for success in being able to maintain a divine counterpart relationship. And when I say divine counterpart relationship, what I mean is a relationship that is aligned with the soul, that brings out your most authentic self, that challenges you in healthy ways, and that also supports you and loves you at the deepest levels of unconditional love. It goes beyond any surface level relationship. It's deep, deep, deep unconditional love. And it's not easy, let me tell you. It's really hard to let another person, least of all, one of your closest soul family members, see you that deeply. But it is essential if you want to have a long-term relationship that actually works and lasts, is you need to do this work to be comfortable with your feelings, with your inner child, and with your pain. You have to. There's no way around it. This is why on the twin flame journey, if you're just trying to manifest union and you're not doing any work or looking at your inner child and looking at where you're in pain, you're going to have a really rough time, because that divine relationship, that twin flame or that soulmate, is literally designed to help you heal. Because from the soul level perspective, like, we come here and we have this human experience for a reason. And we want to be free, and we want to create, and we want to be healed, and we want to be whole. The soul has no interest in playing small or staying stagnant. And so when you are coming across a twin flame connection or a soulmate connection or whatever you label it is you're in your life, and it's so challenging, it's because it's your soul's way of saying, in this lifetime, I want to heal these childhood wounds, and I want to live the freest, most expansive, most abundant, and happiest life. And that is why so much of my work is focused on, okay, let's get you aligned with your union timeline. And what that really means is getting you aligned with that self-love, this self-love, that energy of unconditional love towards yourself, that healing, because then it actually allows your twin flame to come in. It allows other people to love you and to see you. And that is actually, on a deep level, that's the relationship that you're desiring when you say that you want to manifest a union with your twin flame. And it can feel very impossible. It's not because the relationship with them is impossible. Not at all. It is because it feels impossible for you to experience unconditional love as you are right now, because you have never experienced that before. So that's, everything that I just said, there is some groundwork. And I feel like it's really important that we get into the groundwork in this video, because every video after this, every single union activation / healing is going to build upon what we're talking about in this video, because it's just so important that we understand like the essentials and how these relationships work and why these relationships work the way they do. So I think I will constantly reference back to this video as we make more of these and as we delve deeper into these issues. It's going to be like a whole healing series. And I'm putting these cards away, but I'm going to shift to the energy oracle cards because I want to be pulling on some energies. And then we'll do some healing. I used the Inner Wise quantum healing cards in a previous video. If you want to go back and revisit that healing before this one, feel free to. But let's pull on some of these cards. All right. So I want to know the collective that we have here who's going to be viewing these videos and coming along with us for this journey. What's the energy here? I want to know what the energy is like. And also, this video is timeless. I'm setting the intention that this is going to be for whoever clicks on it for the rest of the time that it is up. So we're going to be pulling on a big group here. Okay, so Healer of the Ages. Yeah, healing. Isn't that funny? So, okay, I mean, this is obviously, we're pulling on a group that's spiritually inclined. I mean, if you're at my channel, you're definitely spiritually inclined. The Sun reversed, okay. Yeah, this is all really normal stuff. So the Sun reversed for me is just a blocked heart chakra. This is just, you've been through emotional pain, and what you're really needing, if you see the Sun reversed, whether it's in the tarot or the energy oracle cards, you just need to experience unconditional love and presence. That is the healing frequency for that. The world is all about abundance, emotional fulfillment, feeling good about what you're experiencing. Okay, let's see where we're moving now. Door to Romance in reverse. Yeah, these cards are so on point. So yeah, the collective who are here basically are experiencing, you are experiencing a spiritual awakening. You've had all of these spiritual gifts and knowing come online, but you are experiencing unhappiness and blocked love in your relationships. Very, very, very likely to do with another person with whom you have a soul contract, because I just tend to attract people who have a twin flame or some kind of soul contract like that. It's just what I do. It's just my frequency. So we're going to help you out with this. So let's take a moment and maybe just see what the guides have to say. So the guides are really coming through and they're saying, you are on this twin flame journey / divine counterpart love journey for a reason. There's a reason here. And there's so much abundance and love that you're meant to manifest and create. And your guides are saying, you wouldn't be going through these challenges if you were not meant to overcome them and experience the other side, the rainbow after the storm. So here's a belief that your guides want you to anchor in. The guides here, my guides, your guides, they're all here. It's that begin to say to yourself in this journey, when you are experiencing difficulty, I'm experiencing this, and so that means that I am meant to experience the polar opposite of this. So if you're experiencing separation, rejection, heartbreak, you are meant to experience connection, love, healing, security. Like, really know that this is true. And this is a spiritual law as well I want to touch on. And I've read so I began reading for Twin Flames. I didn't even know I was reading for Twin Flames in 2019. And I suppose it's just my spiritual dharma and what I'm really here to do. But I always found that people were drawn to me for love and relationships. And I just noticed that I just could channel certain messages and healing frequencies, and I began to help people like harmonize their connection with their person, with their twin flame, soulmate, whatever it is to them, and to really make breakthroughs. And it all comes through understanding that every single connection that we have in our life, especially the spiritual ones, especially the ones that feel like everything to us, that feel like this is my person, like I'm experiencing love for the first time, like there's something really special here. That is a sign that you have a soul contract with that person, and that they're actually meant to be in your life to activate you spiritually. And it's up to you whether you want to harmonize that connection and really bring yourselves together, but I'm sure most of you do. But it's so possible when you're doing the work to manifest that and make that happen. The guides are coming through and saying, you're not meant to live a lackluster life. You're really meant to live a full, enriching, happy life. Even though this door to romance card came out in the reverse position, it only came out because there's a blockage there and the guides want to highlight that. But this energy is still present, right? Like the energy might come out in a wounded or distorted way, or it might be blocked right now, but this energy is still there. The energy is not going to go away, right? You are meant to manifest this unconditionally loving relationship. And it is entirely possible. Like, there's a lot of twin flames who wonder if union is even possible. And here's what I'll say to that. It's that not everyone is right about necessarily who they have that potential to end up with. I've definitely seen that where some people have come to me and they've actually been really connected to a karmic connection where they didn't have that future potential timeline. But at the same time, no matter if you're meant to, or quote unquote meant to end up with that person that you're thinking of, if that person is in your life and if you're having that desire, you have a divine counterpart, whether it's that person or someone else. Like, you will manifest exactly what you're desiring. We just don't always know, and I can't always tell you because obviously this is a reading for a collective. For everyone in this collective, it's going to be slightly different, right? So you just really need to trust your intuition on that. But either way, just know that like if you're having that desire, you are meant to manifest a divine counterpart relationship. It's your it really is your destiny in a sense, in the sense where that's what your soul wanted, and so that's what you'll experience, and that is what you'll continually end up gravitating towards. So we're going to shift gears and go to the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. I want to see where you guys are at on your journey. And we're all going to be, so when I say where you guys are at, we're all going to be experiencing some facet of different lessons. So the specifics in your life is going to be different from everyone else, but the overarching energy is going to be of the same frequency. So when I say overarching energy, I mean the lessons that you're going through, the different ways that you're healing or needing to heal. All right, this card, home. This is so synchronistic. So this home card is essentially about, I mean, I can't even, this is like the quintessential energy. Like everything that has come out is so on point already. Home. What home really is about your heart being full of love. And I know that sounds cliche, but what I really mean is that true security for human beings comes from connection to others. When you are feeling comfortable in your own skin and you're open and vulnerable, it opens the door for authentic connections to be there for you in the same way. And this sense of home is like safety and security, feeling good in your own skin, feeling loved by others. That's really important. Feeling supported by other people. That's extremely important. I'm going to be emphasizing that a lot, is that we actually need connection to thrive. It's literally impossible to be a healthy human being if you don't have connection in your life. Like you actually biologically, physiologically, emotionally, spiritually, you need connection. So a lot of the work that we're going to be doing together in this series is going to be about getting you back in tune with connection with others, that sense of home in your heart, right? Because we connect to each other through the heart chakra. We're going to be doing work around that. Let's do one more. Spirit of place. God, I can't make this up. Okay, so the Spirit of Place card, because I've had this deck for a while, I'm very familiar with cards. This is all about being comfortable in your authentic self. I want to read because I can't make this up. Like you guys see me just selecting random cards, right? Yeah. Authenticity is the essence of power. That is incredible. To embody love rather than long for it. Your greatest power is your authenticity. These two cards tie together so much, and I want you to notice like the green on both of these cards. Let me just put them next to each other. I want you to notice the green heart chakra. There's a bit of like brownish, reddish tones, root chakra. So love and security, feeling secure in yourself, feeling good about yourself. This is all lower chakra security stuff. Plus the heart chakra, which is not the lower chakras, it's the middle of the chakra center, but I digress. All about security, all about love. So that's where we're at. So I can really tell that for this collective, this is going to be all about lessons of essentially learning how to connect authentically with others again. And that's going to help you manifest your divine counterpart relationship, because they're one and the same, right? When you are living authentically and when you have authentic connection in your life, your divine counterpart is in your vibrational frequency. It's just an energetic law, right? You literally can't be alone if you're not alone. And I know that sounds silly. When you're authentic, you open the door for, and also there's a door on this card. When you're authentic, you open the door for like-minded connections to come into your life. And stay there. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be shifting to the healing part of this session. All that you need to do to receive these healing frequencies, and really, even though the end is going to be the healing portion of the session, everything that I just talked about has healing frequencies in and of itself. So really the whole video is important. However, this is more of a specific energy healing technique with this system. So all that you have to do to receive this energy healing, this energy medicine, is to basically give your consent. So you can just have this openness in your heart. You can say out loud or in your mind, yes, I consent to receive this energy healing. And that's all you have to do to receive the healing, because by watching this video, you are receiving it as I'm doing it. So, okay. 264. This is our first healing card. 264. My reactions are characterized by impulsivity and hyperactivity. I have a hard time accepting problems and taking criticism. Of course, it's always the fault of others. Okay, so I know that sounds really harsh, but this is good. This tells me that the collective here is dealing with a lot of triggers from childhood. So I can feel in this card and this message that there was a need when you were a child for your parents to really emotionally regulate you, and they didn't. So I see you facing a lot of overwhelm with your emotions. And this is nothing to be ashamed of. This is just that you weren't supported enough to the degree that you could regulate yourself. But that's just something to be aware of. So this healing frequency will help you with that. But just to bring awareness to that and really find a practice of connecting with your emotions, being there for yourself. You know what I really recommend for you guys if you're dealing with big triggers, and I have a bunch of videos about how to work through twin flame triggers on my TikTok channel. But what I will say is EFT tapping has been wonderful for me and so many of my clients for really big emotional triggers. It grounds you in your body. It's somatic. And if you don't know what EFT tapping is, just look up EFT tapping 5 minutes on YouTube. And let me know in the comments if you guys want me to make a EFT tapping video for Twin Flame Connections, because I can totally do that. EFT tapping to help, emotional freedom technique, helps you just release and feel and process those emotions and that overwhelm. And I'm sure we'll talk about the nervous system in other videos, but it's all about really regulating your nervous system, regulating your stress levels, and really being there for yourself and creating a sense of safety. So that's really going to help you with your triggers. And of course, if you really want to like deep dive into twin flame triggers and to do like a healing curriculum, I do have a Twin Flame Masterclass, which you can sign up for, and the link will always be in my description. But so many of my clients have found so much healing with that. So that's always there for you if you want like a step-by-step guide to everything twin flame healing. All right, so let's move on to 302. Next card. Ooh, it's at the very end. Okay, 302. Snake Jasper protects against all types of infection, strength and stamina when there seems to be no way out. A better connection between mind and soul. Yeah, this is just all about really regulating our health so that our emotional and our physical susceptibility to triggers and to being hurt or to being upset or sent off balance, essentially, is really regulated and balanced. This is all about having a strong aura. When you have a strong aura, low vibrations don't affect you because you're just not aligned with them. And so this is really about how, as you regulate yourself, you're going to be less open to, for example, judgment or criticism, or just, other people's unhealthy patterns that they're going through. That's all going to be smoothed over. And it's beautiful. Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of a download here, but I'm kind of seeing, I really feel like these healings are going to be impactful because I can really almost feel the timeline of this journey that we're going to go on with this series. And I feel so much healing taking place. So I'm very excited for that. Okay, 67. Frog. Cleansing. Leave the muddy waters behind and swim in clear waters from now on. Oh, this is so funny. Say goodbye to people, places, or situations that don't correspond to your idea of clarity and serenity. You have the power to eliminate any lack of clarity from your environment. Take time to take care of yourself, cleanse yourself, and recharge your energy. Yeah. Okay, so the message here, this goes hand in hand with Snake Jasper, is don't be afraid to set boundaries and to walk away from stressful, turbulent, and dysregulating situations and connections. And this could even be if you're someone who is on a twin flame journey, for example, like if you feel that whoever you have the soul contract with, who's in your life, is dysregulating you or, causing you to stay stuck in like survival mode or whatever, don't be afraid to set boundaries, because these connections can come back stronger even after you set boundaries. And I know that from personal experience. And I've worked with so many people who have, been willing to set boundaries, and it actually really is healing for the connection in the long term. When you set boundaries with someone, when you say this isn't acceptable, the way this is affecting me is not acceptable anymore, and I deserve peace and regulation and love, you are role modeling self-love to that person. It's giving that person the opportunity to meet you at a higher level where you can truly, truly love each other, and it's the most loving thing you can do for yourself and for them. And that doesn't just go for twin flame connections. This goes for every connection, and I mean every connection. And I can tell from this group, we might have a lot of influences from other people, judgment, opinions, criticisms that aren't serving us. So this is really a message and a healing frequency from Spirit pushing you to set those boundaries where those boundaries are needed. All right, so we've reached the end of this video. Please let me know in the comments how this energy activation felt for you. This is going to be the first of many, so make sure that you are subscribed. And of course, if you are interested, check out my Twin Flame Healing Masterclass if you want more very tangible step-by-step healing. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in, and you guys, I'm so excited to continue this series and to really dive deep into this healing with all of you. So I am sending you so much love. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.